Architectural Builders Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
A Hager spring hinge. Okay, which one?
Well, I have one, and what's happened is it stripped out the bolts in the door jamb. And what I noticed was the people who mounted one in the bottom and one at the very top, and the middle hinge is just a normal hinge. Does that cause problems? Because the Hager instructions say to put that hinge at the top.
I'm sorry.
Are you familiar with that, with the Hagers and the installation?
Yeah, I am. So obviously when you install a manufacturer's product, you do so the way they specify. Having said that, I think if you asked 10 manufacturers of spring hinges, 9 of them would say you never install one at the top location. Never. And that's because
why?
70%. Here's why. That's because 70% of the weight of the door is borne by that top hinge, and spring hinges are technically not load-bearing. So you're trying to win the World Series, but choosing to pitch with your left arm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the wrong thing. So spring hinges always middle bottom when there's 2, and
middle
third
and bottom.
Quite lastly. But you probably wouldn't need 3 spring hinges on a door anyway. If you did, you probably need a hydraulic closer at that point.
This is just a normal fire door for a garage. It's probably 30 inches wide or 32, whatever the standard width is. But yeah, it's stripped out, and I'm trying to figure out. When I was looking at the Hager stuff, I saw a YouTube that he did about 10 years ago on this hinge, but I can't find why you wouldn't put it at the top, and it's because it's load bearing. The top one's the load bearing hinge. Yeah,
you want to put your ball bearing hinge up at the top. Let that do the majority of the weight of just being a hinge. Let the spring hinge do its job by just closing the door.
So by having them in the middle, having the load bearing in the middle, I'm trying to figure out why it pulled I opened the door, and all of a sudden all 4 screws on the door jamb side just pulled right out of the bottom door spring hinge.
Well, okay, so how many years old is this?
Oh, it was new construction. So it's like a year and a half, 2 years old. It was all new door jamb, all new construction.
Well, hard to say. I mean, it's very unlikely that problem developed instantaneously. But, yeah, it sounds like you need some way to mitigate that issue. Is it a wood frame or a steel frame?
It's a wood frame.
Yeah, I mean, we sell thicker than standard wood screws with the non-larger head. So a fatter body with the standard head, so you can basically kind of just get a fatter screw in there without having to re-countersink your hinge.
Yeah. Well, what I think I'll go back to the people who did the work. I was trying to figure out why Hager would say put the load supporting hinge at the top and the other 2 down, and they didn't do it right. So, well, I appreciate you taking the time with me. What
I'm surprised
you say?
Hager's documentation says that. They've been in business since the middle of the 19th century. Everybody's going to tell you never put it at the top, or top only as a last resort.
Maybe that's what it was. I don't know why. Yeah.
You're like me. Okay. You've forgotten more about things than most people have ever learned. Yeah, I can't remember it. But the important thing is we know where to look it up. That's the important part.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate your time.
You betcha. Thanks for calling.
Okay. You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye. Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.